And
casually.
here we go.
All right.
Those are our warm-up songs. We're going into losers finals with song 1, Fascination Eternal Love Mix Challenge.
So Omid recently PFC'd this.
Yeah, I believe it's his only 18 PFC, although he's got it a couple times.
Yep.
This is a song that don't yell at me for calling it easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but as far as 18 timing goes for these top tier players, this is an easy one for them to MA.
Yep.
So it's gonna definitely be an MA battle. I don't expect either player to pick up too many greats and non-perfects.
Omid has always been very good at jump spam. Stuff like this has always been a specialty of his, even back in the day.
Definitely one of his strong skills. Sappy actually hasn't PFC this, but obviously could at any time. Here we go. First song of losers finals. Very quiet beginning. Players take a lot of concentration there. Both nail it. Oh, a bunch of early perfects there for Sappy. Gets him in a little hole.
Not unlike Fax, this song has a lot of tricky sections to time.
Does.
Other than the quarter notes at the very beginning.
Ooh, Omid drops a couple steps, and there goes his lead. Gives it up to Sappy. You don't see Omid make very many mistakes like that. He's tied though. Such a hype-hearted tournaments. Everyone loves watching this. Omid MFCs the slowdown run. He's up 5 EX. Really tricky gallops here. Tricky rhythms. These players know it though. Spend a lot of time studying it. Showing some of these jump streams that are tricky. Neither player having any trouble with it. Omid's building up a pretty big lead here. 15 EX. Picks up a good. He's up 25 EX.
All right, big finish coming in.
Big finish. Here come all the jumps, the death jumps. Both players not having any difficulty. Picking up some perfects and a great, but Omid takes it by 27. 27 perfects. That's a pretty significant win.
Wow.
It made very
32.
close. Very close to his PB. It just shows he has just deadly consistency. He doesn't have bad songs. He really doesn't.
Yep.
That's one reason why he's able to make it so far into tournaments like this. We're moving into Prey 18, one of the newer, still kind of hesitant to call it newer, but it's definitely one of the newer 18s.
Yep.
It's just a lot of foot speed, really fast, tricky, gallopy chart. It's a little different than what we just saw. Not very many jumps in Prey. This one should be pretty close as well, but it's a song where if you get a little off in one of these runs in the beginning, it can tank your score for the whole song.
Yep. And also the really fast 16th note syncopation that switches back and forth. Unlike songs like, I don't have any good examples off the top of my head. Another phase, for example, where the syncopation is always the same the whole way through. Praise keeps switching back and forth, easy to get caught off guard, dial in too much to one side, and then you end up getting caught off guard for the next section. And you don't have a lot of time between sections because it's 210 beats per minute.
No, you don't. You wonder if having to play Prey is one of the reasons why they were doing a lot of the more speedy songs for warm-ups. Although I'm not sure 180 is going to warm you up much for 210. There's not a lot of songs like Prey and DDR. It's got a very unique feel to it. It's got 210 BPM 16th runs. Only a bit slower than the death runs in Egoism. New Era's got some fast 16ths, but 5-note 16th bursts are really nothing compared to these longer Prey ones. Sappy with a 15 perfect PFC on this. That is a scary thing to see if you are Omid.
Holy moly.
That is scary.
Sappy's got quick feet.
He does. Omid's got probably 3 great PB on this, but you never know.
Also,
his MA could carry him too.
Also, Brasoni, Oshima with 2 perfects.
Just casual.
You can look up Oshima 04MA on YouTube. You can see his spray video.
There's a
It's
video
like
of it. Go watch it.
mental.
Go watch it.
Highly recommend. Also, his YouTube channel in general. Oshima puts out a ton of really great content.
It's so much fun to watch. Such an incredibly positive player.
Yeah, he's like one of those people that just loves the game so much. You can tell by the way he plays,
Just
how he
exudes
carries himself.
Positivity. Always smiling. We're about to hit 400 viewers here.
Oh man, 394.
Going to song 2 of the Losers Finals with Prey. See how they can handle these runs. Are they warmed up enough?
I mean, you got to be at this point.
You gotta be. You might notice here that Omid is on mirror. Might make those runs just a little more comfortable for him. Here we go.
Oh.
So far, so good. The tricky patterns are to come now. Gets a little more difficult here. This next
guys.
great from couple greats from Omid and a good. And picked up a bunch of fast perfects there. He's down 13. Those are the only prolonged runs of the song, but there's plenty of tricky stuff left. Sappy's still up 13. Really fast, syncopated gallops and rhythms here. Both these players know it really well, though. 12 EX difference. We are past 400 viewers. 401. Sappy up 14. He's just too dialed in. Just too dialed in. Omid's not giving him anything. Sappy just too good, too familiar with the song. He takes it. 22 EX. That's a pretty significant win. 14 and a miss.
Wow.
He beat his PB perfect count. 14 perfects.
He did not beat his PB marvelous count though.
He did not. He did not. That's true. Omid with 30 perfects.
Wow. Yeah.
Cannot take anything away from that. To be 20 EX away from someone pulling 14 on an 18 is ridiculous. Totally ridiculous.
Omid came over to tell us he thinks that all of his non-perfects were pads.
It could have been a PFC. It's his second 18, first time getting that. Hurts to hear that, but unfortunately that's just the unavoidable part of high-level DDR. Moving into song 3. Tohoku Evolved. What a song. Playing the expert, not the challenge. Crossover heavy chart, a lot of gimmicks, a lot of PFC killers.
Omid just got his 997 on this.
He did.
Almost a 998.
Just a week or two ago.
I think it was 3 or 4 grades.
A low AAA for Sappy. Might not be one he's too familiar with. This is a song where there are several parts that you have to borderline memorize with this. There's a big double BPM section. The beginning starts very quickly with a gimmick, and there's an actually randomized arrow at the end. The only song in the game with a random arrow.
Yep.
So if this is something that either player doesn't have the really fast section memorized, it could get them. Already picking up an early grade here for Sappy. Omid, having played this so recently, might be enough to give him a pretty significant advantage here. It's up about 3 EX.
Oof.
Wow, Omid
just
dialed in.
Those crossovers.
So was Sappy. He only picked up 1 in the run. Unrelenting song here. Just constant. Omid up 10 EX. Still with a PFC. Just look at this MA. Look at this. About halfway through the song.
All right,
He's up about 10. We're at 415 viewers. We are going to hit 440, I feel it. A great from Omid.
Here comes the big run.
Let's see if they have it memorized. You need to. Sappy doesn't. He loses about 15 more EX there. Putting him down over about 20. That's a lot to come back from. Not sure there's enough song left. Omid just barely down from his PB as far as the EX goes. Big run in the end. Omid up 20. He's going to take it. This is a random arrow here. A random corner bracket. Omid takes it.
Holy moly.
18.
25 and 7. Sappy with 39, a good and 2 misses.
Unbelievable.
Holy
These
mother.
players are so good.
Yeah, this is incredibly impressive.
Seeing scores in the teens, 20s, 30s on some of the hardest 17s and 18s in the game are just amazing. Totally amazing.
And now
it's going to put Omid up 2-1.
Song 4. The king of misheard lyrics.
Yeah.
Challenge.
Yeah, if anyone knows what they're saying here, please let me know. I spent hundreds of hours studying and I can't figure it out. We've got a merit challenge. It's again one of the easier 17s to MA. It's got a lot of tricky crossovers and things, but these players should be very familiar with it. Their PB is only one perfect apart.
Yep, both PFCs, 22 and 23.
This is going to be another really close one. Just could go
Both of
either
them,
way.
Both of them also were doing really well on the crossovers in Tokyo Evolve.
Yes.
Tokyo Evolve, excuse me.
Which are much harder
Yeah,
than the
much
crossovers in this.
faster.
Sappy's going to have to win this song to stop himself from being eliminated from the tournament. If Omid can manage to hang on, he is going to clinch second place. In one of the most competitive DDR tournaments I've ever seen.
Yep.
Here we go, a merit challenge. I'm going to say it's going to be within 5 EX.
Sappy will have to win this and the next song to take this match. He's got an uphill battle.
He's already in a hole here, down 4 perfects.
As mentioned
Picking up some
earlier,
early ones.
as mentioned earlier, this was part of the last round of KAC qualifiers. Both of these guys did pretty well on that.
Very familiar with it. Omid's consistency is just deadly, though. You just don't get any window of opportunity to catch up. He doesn't give it to you. He's up by 6 EX here. Got a great, though. Still holding his lead. Both players just crushing these cards. No difficulty at all. No difficulty
Super
with this.
clean. Still a 60x gap.
Omid up 6 on his PB, which was already really good. 5 perfect lead.
The margin of
4
error
perfect lead.
is just
It is
so
just
close.
Gonna be down to the wire. 3 perfects. Throw some more crossovers here. Oh, we get a miss on Sappy's side. Down 7. Omid looks like he's going to hang on. Omid takes it to win the set. 3-1 and clinch the victory. Wow.
So
what are these scores? What are these matches?
Oh, we're going to pull that screen back up really quick.
Look at this MA.
Like
15 and 1 versus 20. 20 perfects on a 17 is not enough to win you the song.
This is the world we live in.
These are some of the best players in the world. It's just amazing. I'm hesitant to call them players and not robots because I don't know how you can do this. It's unbelievable.